Yes, hi, I'm Zaid. I'm 22 years old now and live in Paris since 4 months. And I moved here because of the political reasons that led me flew Germany and because of the Budapest interventions that happened 3 years ago. During the days of the Day of Honor, where around 5,000 fascists from all out of Europe come and have a program where they have concerts, and then they have this walk, a very long walk in the woods, which ends at a statue for a memorial statue. There was anti-fascist interventions, and the Hungarian police also built a group of 40 to 50 policemen that arrested 6 comrades. After these arrests, the Hungarian police published pictures of the faces of the comrades who they were suspected of these attacks, and so German and the Hungarian newspapers, one of the biggest newspaper in Germany, which is also very reactionary but a very widespread one, published also faces of the comrades, and did this a couple of times in the upcoming weeks after the Day of Honor. And at the same time, it's this march happens every year, and every year it gets also sponsored by the tourism branch of the Hungarian state, because they say this march promotes tourism, and at this time a lot of migrants, LGBTQI people in Budapest get attacked because really the complete city is full with fascists. So the a lot of comrades after the attacks and the events in the Day of Honor went to underground and clandestinity to stay in a safe place in the beginning. One of the biggest issues at the beginning also, and still, is the information from the Hungarian court that the charges will go up to 24 years in prison. So they were from minimum 4 years to 24. So of course, reading 24 years in prison and also my name being suspected, I don't trust also the German state. I don't trust being accessible to the German state and the Hungarian state, and wanted to stay safe until more information is known. So this the German state played a big role in this choice, because it was quite clear, because of the experience we had with the German states during as I left during the last years, and the reaction of the state and the media while we've been clandestine. They're saying that we could be the next RIF, the next guerrilla, and we could radicalize and maybe start killing people. This atmosphere was not very inviting to be accessible to the state, German state, to catch us. Yeah. So I would like to talk more about the repression in the last couple of years. Also then because the case that Antifa Ost and Budapest taken has been a very big example of the repression in Germany, and the story behind this case, for example, is that since the migration waves in 2014 and 15, especially in East Germany, there have been a rise also of the far right, with the Pegida and other right-wing parties, and fascists that showed more presence. And so at the same time, there was groups who organized counter protests, and especially like in cities like Leipzig and Jena, where leftist neighborhood were established, where then there were safe spaces for leftists and migrants and people to emancipate and to live. And so this was also that time where a lot of autonomous groups built and lived a militant culture for many years, especially in Leipzig. So the state was built a commission, a team, a big one, to repress and to attack these movements that have been going on, which is in Germany we call the Soko links. Links means left, which was like a commission that was built for left. And so what the state also did was this repression and the atmosphere that was done against these Antifa groups in the East were taken as an example for generally the word Antifa and anti-fascist actions. So it was as an example for left-wing violence. And then also, which is now evolves in language and start talking of terrorism. And this atmosphere allowed the state, the media, to use very hard measures in the repression. At the beginning, so quite frankly, after the events 2023, there was a little bit of silence in the movement and between anti-fascist groups in Germany, because there was also a big insecurity and the German state made a large offensive. It took time for more action to happen, but at the end there was the solidarity was very big, very huge in Germany, even though the movement is not huge right now. It was also seen after me and the others went to hand ourselves in last year, and a lot of comrades then were divided into different prisons. The support was very, very big in this case. There was in every prison where the comrades were, there were people outside making assemblies, making demonstrations and fireworks, like every night. When people got transferred, there were always comrades in the cities who came active and supported the prisoners in their cities, even though there were really a lot of prisoners right now in Germany. And also the support was big because that's how it was achieved, and it was possible for me and others to stay in the clandestinity for this long time, without, even though the German state were making big pressure on our families, on the movement, on a lot of people to find us, and that they were not able to success also shows that there was a lot of support and infrastructure. So for me, the situation in Europe isn't that we, in all the countries actually, we have right extremist, or neo-fascist parties, or either the strongest or the second strongest party in every country, so that are ambitious on taking power in these countries. And of course that means that even the states right now are doing it, who have a liberal or conservative government. It is more and more becoming the task of them to oppress and attack the leftist, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist movements. This thing will get more. We can also see that Trump is also including himself in the European politics, and for example, declared us, the Budapest accused and Antifa East, as well as two Greek groups and one Italian groups, to be a terrorist organization, and puts us on the same level as ISIS or Al-Qaeda. By this also, I think the states in Europe try to see how far they can go, and they will go farther. So also now the German state is starting speaking von leftist terrorism, and so I think the repression, of course, will get tougher as the capitalist crisis and contradictions get increase. I think it is a moment that a lot of comrades should prepare for. We are seeing it right now in Germany that a lot of comrades are in prisons, a lot of are still in clandestinity. And you can also see this over the past years, how the state got more authoritarian on, for example, Palestinian solidarity, on political opponents, and also and social on the social politics, and how it will get more neoliberal, it will get more harsher, and this will just increase the authoritarianism in general. So of course, when more right-wing governments form, their goal will be to attack left progressive emancipatory and anti-capitalist movements, as they've always done in the past. This was always the first move of either it was Nazi Germany, it was in Chile, in action every country where fascists come to power. The first thing they did was attack the political left. So, and they're doing it now, for example, a lot with migrants. We can see the violence and discrimination increasing in a very fast way. And so I think the perspective will be that we see that the necessity is getting bigger. Maybe people will have less to lose. Maybe people will see it. The situation is getting so bad. We really have to give more energy in the struggle, because it is around all the world. We can see that how imperialist West, how the powerful people of this world want to increase the power. Are also the capitalist system is struggling, and by that it's the whole situation is getting more divided and more aggressive towards the people. So I think the perspective is for us to organize more, to show more solidarity, also in our neighborhoods, in our society, and of course to the people who suffer from repression, for them to continue being active as political subjects. To show also, if you get into a repression case, that you're not forgotten, you are still involved in the movement, a part of it. And I think this is a thing that we can see from experience. Let a lot of comrades continue the struggle, because in the prisons, because the prison is a place where you get one of the most extreme forms of repression, but it also proves your point. It also makes a lot of people more dedicated to the struggle, but this has to be connected with organization outside. It's our task to show that we can turn the history, and to show that alternatives are possible, other than this, than the capitalist system we've been living in since a long time now. It's that it's enough.